On this episode of Retro Car Guy 530, I'm going to check out the VXDAS SigmaProbe Oscilloscope Mode. This is one of the videos in my review series of the SigmaProbe Vehicle Intelligent Circuit Tester. I was provided this free of charge by VXDAS for review purposes. Make sure you check out the other videos in this review series. So, let's get into it. I'm now going to test the oscilloscope mode of the SigmaProbe. I'm going to use a signal generator here to allow me to see some interesting shapes, at least on the oscilloscope. The oscilloscope here is not a high resolution oscilloscope, and the screen size of course makes it a little bit more challenging to see some of the fine details. But it's very nice to have an oscilloscope in a probe like this. You can quickly check a couple things and see if anything that you see out of the ordinary, and it might need to have a better oscilloscope to check it out, but you have at least the ability to check things out initially with the SigmaProbe. So I have a signal generator over here. I have powered on. I'm going to move over with the right button and then click on OK. And I'm going to, right now the signal generator is off, and we're going to talk about the various adjustments here. We can do a division in volts, which, let's see here, up and down is for volts. Each division is 1 volt, 2 volts, 3 volts, 4 volts. So depending on the range of volts that you're trying to measure with the oscilloscope, you would use the up and down to adjust. And then the time frequency you adjust with the left and right arrows, and it's in the milliseconds. So it's 10 milliseconds, 5 milliseconds, 2, 1 millisecond, half a millisecond, 0.2 of a millisecond, 0.1 of a millisecond, and that's 0.06 milliseconds. So that's the finest that it goes. Let's bring it up to, let's say 1/2, 2 volts. I'm going to turn on the signal generator here, and it's displaying an ECG pattern, and we can adjust again that voltage per grid element on the display here. It's at 3 volts, 2 volts, and I can vary the signal being generated to scale it up and down here. So let's get it in the middle there. Now if we change the time frequency, we can narrow in or expand out. And if you press OK, it should stop the refresh of the screen so you can look at something. Press OK again to move on. So let's focus in a little bit like that. You can't set any trigger values or anything here. You just basically are looking real time at what's available. So I'm going to pause the signal generation. Let's move on to a different style. There's a reverse Sawtooth here. Let's turn that on. And then we have another one here. Just a regular Sawtooth. And we have triangle. And we have a square wave. And let's turn that off. Go to a sine wave. And that's the ability of this particular one as far as the signal generation. Let's go back to sine and turn that back on. Like I said, you can change the voltage range per grid element. And I'm going to play with the signal here on the generator itself. So it's a decent enough oscilloscope for you to be checking out stuff while you're working on your car, and it's nice to have that. Most tools don't have that, so that's how you use the SigmaProbe's oscilloscope mode. And to exit this, you would do a long press of the left arrow, and that brings you out to the top level menu. If you found the information to be helpful in this video, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification to be notified when I upload new videos just like this. And thanks for coming to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.